So in last two videos, we already learned first doing that setup and then connecting with our DB and running that our port. So it's running successfully. So now what we'll do, we'll try to create that module. So where that user module, I'm just in this project, I'm just explaining one user module, how to the user can see all this list and the username can be get added. So all those details we'll see. So in this one, now we'll try to add user modules. So as I told, we'll try to explain in that format how we creating that in real time projects. So in this one, in user module, basically we're going to write our connection from SQL Server since we are using here SQL Server, and then we'll try to fetch that values, and then we'll go for controller, then we'll create that routes and so on. So now let's move to user modules. First modules part we'll create, and then we can see how to create that other things. Okay. So now this is our previous one. Okay. So now we have that config server.js. Now I will go ahead and try to create one more modules. Okay. And models, I have given that name as models, and now I will go ahead and create inside this model one. Sorry, it's came inside this config, so I need to delete this. I don't need it here. To select src, and then I need to create dls. Okay, models, sorry, model only, not s. Will follow that simple name. Okay, give that model. Now inside this I will create user model. Okay, so rename user model dot js. Okay, so now we'll try to do that connecting with SQL Server and then using that. Okay, so first thing, to get that connect with SQL Server, what we need first to require those things. So I will do that const db, okay, equals to require, and what we need our local server where config and db.js is there, where all details are there. So what I can do, dot slash, okay, and then we'll put that unfh config. Okay, and then I need db.js file. Okay, so why I need this one, because in db.js I have written all those db configuration, so no need to write it again, and that's why we are dividing in folder structure. We wrote it here. If I wanted to change the db, I can change it in one place, .net environment, then we can use other places. Okay, so I use that. Okay, now second thing, since I'm going to use that SQL. Okay, so what I need to use that library as well. Okay, require ms SQL. Okay, so now this also done. So this two, if we require it here in this file, then we'll do it. Okay, so now as we know what all we going to try. First thing, we'll try to get that get user, and then we'll try to do that add user. Both the things we are going to write it that code for that. Okay, so now I will go and try to create that const. Okay, get user, get users I will put. Okay, now I will put that async. Okay, so what we can do now, we can create const full custodian await dp. Okay, again we can put that const result, or we can put these things outside also, but anyway it's fine. Later we can try to modify for both, but for time being it's fine. Result equals to await await full dot request dot query, and I will put that select star users. Okay, this is our table name, and I will return that result. Return. Okay, return return and yes, the result. Okay, so this one done. Result and dot record set. Record set also need to put because it's more than one. So record set. Okay, so this one will use for get user. Okay, whenever we wanted to see that details, so we'll go for get user. Now in the similar way, I will try to write for add users as well. Okay, and later we'll see that, and then we can put that all those things together with const add user, add user. Okay, async. Okay, async done. So now I wanted to pass it here ID and name. So here why I am passing, because two things I am going to pass to create ID and name. These two only column I'm going to use that. So that's why I'm passing it out here. Now let me try. So let me try. I will add try block, try and catch block. Okay. So we'll try to now create this two. Anyhow, we need that. Okay. That requires this layer. We can take it out to get that connection done. Okay. So now pull db.await and request. Okay. So this done now. What I can do now, we are able to connect. While doing debug, I will try to write down some more thing so that we can see, okay, we came it here or not. So, but right now we can go ahead, and now I will try await. Okay, sorry, this one we can put that as a request, not result. Okay, now we'll try that result await request dot input, and then I need single quote ID. Okay, and then what I need SQL dot int SQL dot int, and then ID. Okay, where it's ID. Okay, so what we are trying to do, I am binding this ID, whatever is coming from parameters, to this ID. Same thing I'm using to pass it and do that, and SQL dot integer type I'm checking it out, and then I'm doing it out. Okay, similarly I need to do for dot input. Okay, and then I need to use that for name. Okay, so I use that name, and then I need to use SQL dot and varchar. I will put and varchar. Okay, and then I will put that name. Okay, so this I bind that name as just name for this one. And now what we can do, now we can write dot query Then we'll put that insert a statement, insert into users. Then we'll pass that ID, comma, name. Okay. And I will close these values. Okay. Now I need to close these as well, right? And then values, bracket, and the rate of ID. Sorry, this need to be in ID, comma, create name. Okay, so now this is done. Okay, so now this is done. Now done. I will close this. Oh, that's it. Okay, I close at the wrong place. That's why it's all issues are coming. So okay. So now what I did, I just try to do that. Uh, how we can do that? First, I will do that factor. So insert query I wanted to write. So I put that dot query insert into table name, column name, values, and whatever value I am wanted to pass. Okay. So this is done now. If I come back to now, if any error will coming, then what we can do, we can try to put that in console and throw that. So we can put that console dot log or console dot error. We can put void to log console dot error. Okay, and we can put that error in adding user. Okay, oh, cool. And ERR and error message will come here. Okay, now this is done, and we can throw that error as well. Throw error. Okay, this is done now. So this two part is now we are done. Okay, and then post that we need to export this one. So I will do that module dot exports. Okay, equals to, now we need to use both get user and add user. Okay, so I'll put that get user, comma, add user. So when I'm started using, you can see it's now become, and this is done. Okay, so now I will save this one. So now again I will explain what all we trying to do. So first thing, we trying to require that config setting so that we can connect to our SQL server, and then I'm connecting with SQL, and then I'm trying to put that first one to get user. What we need to select from this one. So I'm just using the DB connection, then pulling it out from that, and then I'm returning it back with that record set. And to add it, what we need to do, basically for add, we need to do that insert that value. So I'm just trying to do that insert, and then here I'm trying to bind it whatever parameters coming from ID to here ID, and at the end I'm trying to export it. Okay, so this one it's going to connect with DB, and then it will do that part. Okay, so I hope you like this video, and we can again continue with that other one, then we'll test at the end. Yeah, thank you.